Join us as we recap NBC's hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives, coming up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an all-new episode of DISHIN Days here on AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Matthew Evan Paine, joined by two lovely ladies to my left.
I'm not a lady today, I'm Butch.
Ah, Butch Queen.
Alright. Mark J. Freeman and his trucker hat today.
Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Tony Moore.
You need to borrow my hat?
No, you need to turn on your volume.
I thought I heard that.
Yeah.
Rude.
Cricket.
It's been a while since we've all been together.
I know.
It has
Everyone's
been.
been off, like, doing stuff and living life.
We're
and
jet
stuff.
setters.
Living it.
No, James Lott Jr. is a jet setter. He is, like, everywhere.
Where
Yeah.
is he now?
Who knows?
I think
He's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, yeah.
Yeah.
You traveled, Mark. You traveled, Tony.
I did, a little
I
bit,
traveled.
a wee bit.
Anywhere
Yeah.
fun?
No. No, well, wait, did I travel? No, I was here.
Were you here?
Yeah.
You just weren't here.
I just wasn't. Yeah, exactly. I just wasn't
He
Here, but I
traveled
wasn't
to,
here, but I was not here.
He left North Hollywood for Hollywood.
Ah, got it.
And
All
listen,
the way over the hill?
That's
Yeah.
the stretch. Oh, look, shout out to James Lott Jr.
James Lott Jr.'s in the
in the
house.
Hello,
chat
James Lott
room.
Jr.
Oh,
James Lott Jr.,
speaking
my
of-
chocolate twin.
Speaking of the chat room, I wanted to do the fan of the week early today because we have all the way from Amsterdam, Brian Dunn in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone be very nice to Brian Dunn. He is a dear friend of Matthew Evan Payne's.
Hi, Brian.
And he's watching us from Sandusky, Ohio. Go to Cedar Point if you're in Sandusky, because it's amazing.
He used
So
to work
much.
there.
Everybody be nice to Brian Dunn in the chat room. It's his first time joining us. And you are first time joining us and fan of the week. I don't think that's ever
Look at
happened,
that.
Brian
No.
Dunn.
No.
You are setting a standard.
He
You
set
are
it pretty
setting
high,
the
didn't
He's
he?
pretty high, pretty high.
All of the fans of the week from this point forward.
They're gonna be
Pay
like,
attention.
But today is my first day in the chat room. Don't I get to be fan of the week? Well, not always.
No, it's reserved for Brian Dunn.
Yeah, and thank you, James Lott Jr. for watching.
Hey. Okay. I'm just going to get this off my chest, and then I'm not going to speak
Oh,
of it
goodness.
anymore.
Oh goodness.
Speaking of fans, so last week on the show, our lovely engineer, Alexis. Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Alexis.
Alexis introduced us to her fiance, who is now an engineer here at AfterBuzz TV, and she also told us about her GoFundMe page that she has set up for her wedding.
Yeah.
And we being friends of Alexis, and Alexis being a friend of the show and a friend to you guys who watch live, we posted it on our DISHIN Days Facebook page.
Yeah.
I have to say I was very hurt, upset, and disappointed at some of the comments that were made regarding why we posted it, why she started a GoFundMe page for her wedding, and I was just, I felt like, I just felt very hurt and upset, and Mark knows how upset I was because I've been talking about it since last night, to which she then said, girl.
It was more, girl.
Don't read the comments, girl.
Don't read the comments. I learned a long time ago.
Yes, but all that to say that the reason why we posted this is because we do appreciate what Alexis does for our show.
Yes.
And she doesn't do this for tons of money. And it was our way of saying, fans who know Alexis and love Alexis, if you would like to donate, you are more than welcome to. If not, it's your choice. You don't have to.
And I also think too, you know, the DISHIN Days page is there for us to talk to people, for people to talk to each other, to communicate. It's our own little family, and when you come in and you say that kind of stuff, we do take it personally because that is our safe space.
Yes.
It's a place for people to go and talk and enjoy Days and this show and each other.
And us.
Yeah.
So I was just very hurt, and I wanted to apologize to Alexis, only because, you know, what people were saying, and I want to make sure that you know that we love you. We love the fact that you were able to find love because, honey, it is a tough task in itself to find someone that wants to spend the rest of their life with you.
Tony.
Terrible.
And that was our way of just kind of, reaching, saying we love you and that we hope that that one special day is very memorable for you, however you choose to do it. And to the fans who clap back on that, I am very hurt and disappointed. And specifically to the woman who started it and then woke up this morning and said that she was very happy to see that people agreed with her, LOL. Yeah, so there's that. Alexis, we love you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Not to harp on this more, I do want to thank everybody who did participate in it because it does mean a lot. We're not asking for a lot. I know that the amount on there seems really scary because like, how dare you? And I've gotten a lot of that before even you guys shared it out.
Yes.
To the people who are thinking that engineers make a lot. I think a lot of people are confusing the word engineer. I'm like a science engineer. This is a little bit different.
Yes.
And also it's a part-time job.
Right.
So to that, I mean, I don't really like put all that in my head because obviously who cares? It's my happy day. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I do appreciate everyone who's been like sending me love and been like, hey, I totally get it. And everybody I know who has gotten married is like, yeah, we're gonna be in debt forever. So again, you guys don't have to do it. Just sharing it makes me really happy. And you three have always been part of my life for quite a long time.
Yes, and you've been a part of ours.
Yeah, even
for
sharing
quite
it makes
some
me
time.
really happy. But yeah, I read the comments last night and I did cry a little bit.
See?
But it doesn't matter because I have everybody else who's really positive about it.
Yes,
so.
and we want to let you know that we are positive about it as well.
And on another positive note, Tony just got a proposal from Aaron Brody. He wants to marry you.
Stop it.
Well, look at that. That's
Look
my
at
first
that.
one.
Oh, look at that. I'm gonna start tallying those up.
Tallying them up. Who else wants to
think
marry Tony?
He clearly woke up and started with mimosas.
Rude!
Terrible.
Rude!
But anyway, again, thanks everybody for all the support. But I want to actually hear because I heard this week was interesting for DISHIN Days. So
Yes.
I want to know what's going on.
All right, well, let's speaking of the week.
Well, and speaking of YouTube, if you are watching on the YouTube channel, make sure to write a review and give us 5 stars on iTunes as well.
Yes.
We haven't had a review in a
Since
while.
November 28th. Not that I'm counting.
No. Not that you're counting at all.
Oh, you're
That's what,
counting.
27 days.
Girl.
Girl.
And
She
you
still
can
gets
also
my
find
vote.
us on Instagram and Facebook at Dishin Days and on Twitter at _Dishin Days.
Yes.
And we will be
Girl.
taking phone calls later in the show, and I know Tony knows the number by heart.
Yes, but I will not reveal that number until later on in
Yeah,
the show.
because you know that phone is about to blow
Well,
out.
I don't think it's even on right now.
Girl,
Like,
the girls will just like call in like now.
Yeah.
So we gonna wait and reveal the number. Although
I
some
have
of
it
y'all
off
have.
until you say yes.
Right.
Okay,
cool.
perfect.
What did you guys think of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives?
I thought I feel like the show every now and then has like a slow week, and I feel like this was kind of a slow week. And I think I think maybe because like the holidays are approaching,
See, that's-
and so people are so busy like doing stuff that like they don't want to.
They know.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna give you just a little bit, but we don't want to give you too much to where like you feel like you're gonna miss it or hear it.
Well, and I also
in
think
another
that
way.
they're trying to time stuff. Obviously, Abigail, I think we already said it. We have a feeling it's going to be a Christmas reveal, which I think the teaser proved.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they're also doing that too. And I just felt like it was like exposition, and I dozed off a couple of times.
I was out of town last week. I was in Boston visiting family, and I was able to watch 1 episode last week. So this week I had 9 episodes of Days of Our Lives.
Ooh.
I am on overload right now.
Those are the weeks when we go away and we come back and we're like, sweet baby
snap.
Jesus.
Like those are the weeks where like if I'm away and I'm traveling, I actually download the episodes onto my computer and watch them on the plane.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
And so if you download them, then they're commercial free, right?
they have commercials in
No, actually they are. There's a little website I go to
okay.
that has them without the commercials, so you simply just watch it.
How am I? It's been 11 months. How am I just finding this out?
Yeah. Well, listen, when times are hard,
Girl.
and you gotta watch a whole lot of episodes. There was one time I had 3 weeks to catch up on.
You know what's interesting? I when I was going home, I asked my parents to record the week's episodes, but I asked them on Monday night, so I missed the recording for Monday's episode. So I watched it online when I was back in Boston. That was the 1 episode I watched. And on YouTube, first time ever, not on YouTube, I'm sorry, on NBC.com, commercial free.
Oh, really?
It kept skipping the ads, and I like was afraid to touch my computer because I
Yeah.
was afraid
Yeah.
that it was
No, because I've never had that.
no.
Yeah.
I was hashtag blessed.
I got so upset because our Friday episode, the first 10 minutes was Obama. And I was like,
Oh,
oh,
on
sweet
Friday?
Jesus, if I have to watch this online, I'm not watching it.
Yep. Oh, so then you must have did the same thing I did. You fast forward and realized you only missed the first 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
And you were
Yep.
like, okay,
Yeah,
I got
You're
this.
like, I'm good.
I got
I'm
this.
fine.
I got this. Nothing happened all week. I highly doubt it happened in the first 10 minutes of Friday.
And Alexis, is it possible to get some air in here, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
Besides Tony's hot air.
Wow. Wow.
The hot air is coming from the seat of your pants, but you're full of.
For those of you that are just listening to this podcast, I was given a look of shade.
Which is weird because you don't get that normally.
Never. Ever!
And you were never shady, so
Never.
I beg your pardon.
Speaking of shady, I told you guys I've decided now how I want my burial. Did I tell you about this?
Oh God, Abigail Devereaux.
Okay, sorry, a little quick little side step here because I want everyone to know because this needs to be out in the universe. So I've decided because you know how they have now you can put your ashes in a pod and it'll grow into a tree, and I've decided that's what I want to do so that even in the afterlife I continue to throw shade.
I knew that was coming.
I
knew that was
will
coming. You know what though? Then my
thank you.
kidding.
Perfect.
I'm just
Perfect.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
actually my request would be the same thing. We be playing it next to
Next
each
to each
other so that we can continue to throw shade. But I would also request
But
a
can
fan.
you imagine though? Like I said I want to start like a gay cemetery where it's all trees.
Shady Pines.
Oh my god!
And now back to days.
back to day.
I think it's time.
Is it time?
To
It's time
start
to start
Dishin' Days.
Oh my God! I don't think I've ever did this. Maybe one other time.
Maybe one other time.
Yeah.
And that was the worst turn I've ever seen.
What is going on with your snapbacks today?
Saw those drinks she had last night.
Nods.
Look at that. Even Aaron said Mark is coming for Tony tonight. By the way, my tally for proposals just today is 2. One from Aaron and one from Marlon. Thank you guys.
I will keep track of that.
Did you say yes to either of them?
I haven't said anything. I'm so.
Marlon
you-
says that
you have to weigh your
sometimes
options.
NBC skips
Yeah.
the commercials for him too.
So strange.
Yeah.
It's never you know how sometimes it's like 120 seconds of commercials and
Yeah.
you're like, oh
Yeah.
god.
That's when you like
Yes.
walk away and like go
Yeah.
to the
Pizza
kitchen
rolls.
or
Floss and brush your teeth and then come
Take a
back and then
shower.
it's like
come back in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Alrighty.
it's that Cymbalta commercial. It's just always
The same one.
Yeah. Every time.
Oh, boy.
All right, I think our first storyline is the Adrian breast cancer storyline with Justin, Kayla, Patch, and Kate.
I
You
don't
have
know.
opinions, don't you?
Well, it was just you just kind of feel for Adrian because you know she found out that she had stage 2 breast cancer and that she has to have a double mastectomy, which that is the removal of the breast, right? That's what Angelina Jolie got, right? And it's just like I just feel for her because I also feel like she doesn't have room to breathe because you have Justin who's after her, which I had a problem with it only just being Justin. And it was like, where's Lucas? Like, is Lucas actually just giving her the space that she needs to like
Right.
let this, and then he's gonna come into play? But I felt like Justin was a little too, Kayla was being way too real with Patch, which made him get upset, which made him get on her too. And I just like that moment in the hospital where she was like, okay, listen, I get it. This is
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, y'all back up.
Yeah.
And then she just had to go have a moment to herself. So I feel for Adrian.
Me too.
And then
Go for
she
it.
had a scene with Kate too.
Yeah. Oh. Sisters.
Yeah.
Sisters.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Come full circle.
And,
those
and
two.
Kate comes across as like that big sister that's like, hey, like everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more like the big sister in between us, but like, you know, in that moment, I was just demonstrating like as if I were Kate.
I totally saw that, Tony.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's my act. I'm an actor.
You'll be nominated for the after show Emmy.
Trust.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if they started that here at AfterBuzz TV, like in awards?
You heard it here first, folks.
Best host.
Would you come watch us win them?
Wow. Are you hearing this, Alexis?
She's like,
Switzerland. I'm Switzerland.
Switzerland,
I have
yeah.
no words.
Sit over there.
The thing I like about
I'll do
the
that.
Adrian storyline is how layered it was. I thought that the levels of believability
yeah.
were just so moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, the Kayla and Patch talking and him getting upset and storming off.
Yeah.
I think everyone handles it differently, and I think that they really conveyed the different stages of would it be grief?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And I feel like Adrian hasn't had a really good, juicy storyline in a long time. Like, I think when they touched on the breast cancer storyline months and months ago, they really only glazed the surface. And now I think that they're going deeper. And I mean, Emmy-worthy performances from her this week. I feel like it was similar with Kayla years ago, like 3 years ago, before Steve came back and before Joey came back. Kayla was just kind of like a back burner storyline. She was always just at the hospital helping
Everybody else.
and it was never about her. And then she came back, and she came back swinging. And I think the same for Adrian. She's finally got something she can sink her teeth into and is nailing it.
Yeah.
So
I agree. And I also like that it's real, because I feel like cancer has just been a big thing. I mean, it's always been a big thing, but like, you know, so many people are affected by it. And so I like that they're bringing it into the soap as well, because it makes them seem a little more real, rather than like the baby
Superheroes.
switching and fake deaths and things like that. Like this seems
Do we
real.
think that she's going to be leaving the show?
I hope
I
not.
think that the cancer is going to progress for sure. I don't think it's. I just felt like there were little hints dropped
Yeah,
along
that's
this
what
week.
That's what I keep thinking.
Oh, that
too.
she has the what's it called? I call it the bric-a-brac gene, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that is not
the name
the
of it.
correct name
Yeah,
of
it
it.
is.
But
Pretty
in my
sure you're
head,
right.
it's called bric-a-brac.
It is not the bric-a-brac gene.
And because even though it's in stage 2, because she has that gene, it develops even quicker. So yeah, but I hope.
I can't imagine them writing Adrian out, but I also couldn't have imagined that they were going to write Bo out, just
Right.
because they're like
Well, nobody saw that
days
coming.
lifers.
Right.
Nobody saw that coming.
Right.
I was just like,
I was talking to Jackie last night from
1, 2, 3, Jackie B.
123 Jackie B, which some of you I'm sure know, and she was talking about that she used to watch Days of Our Lives when
Oh.
she was little. And I said, well, it's 3 days later.
From years ago. It's simply 3 days
And
later.
I said, well, they're all still there. And I went, oh no, Bo's not there. And she went, Bo's dead? I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, girl.
Yeah.
I had a very similar conversation this morning too. Someone was like, "I tried to tune in and I couldn't believe how nothing's changed."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's
Yeah.
all the same
3 days
people."
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
I think that's it for the
Interesting
Adrian
time to deal with
storyline.
that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but I do think that they're leaning towards saying goodbye to Adrian.
Unless they bring her to like a stage 4 situation in her storyline, and then she recovers like Kate did with hers. But I think that might be out of the
Excuse me.
Yeah.
possibilities, just because how coincidental would it be to have another person survive?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll say
shall
this:
see.
they chose someone with some acting chops that can play the heck out of it.
She played the heck out of it.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. I wonder if she ever got her phone back though.
Oh, I know, girl. Leaving it in the church. And shit.
Folded it over and left it in the church. I wonder if she ever got it back. I'm a
Let's
little
tweet her.
worried.
Let's tweet her and
Yeah.
ask
Concerned.
At Judy Evans.
Concerned.
Where your phone
Just
at, girl?
concerned.
Well,
if you
girl.
got- Girl.
Girl, where your phone at, girl?
Girl.
Okay.
I think that's it for the Adrian
Yeah, I think
storyline.
Yeah.
so too. Moving right along.
And then next is Deimos. Talk about a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs moment. Why would you kidnap Philip and give him a truth serum?
I don't know. That was just so ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining, but why
Of
was
course you're not complaining because he was shirtless.
Why was he shirtless though?
That didn't make sense.
To have easy access to giving him the drug
To his
to his arm.
to his beautiful arm.
Listen, he wore 14-piece suits.
Do you think it was his idea or their idea?
Their idea, 100%. Don't you think?
I don't know. I can see John Paul saying, "Listen, I did the DeLorean yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm cut and ripped. Let's do this."
He looked fantastic.
I mean,
when that first scene opened and he was tied to the chair, it was a little bit blurry, and I thought, oh, there's Austin. I don't know why that was my thought, and then it got clear, and I was like, oh my God, it's JP.
Yeah. But he was.
Isn't Austin coming back?
I think so, but I don't know when.
I don't either.
It's rumored, allegedly.
Well, I think there were pictures of him on set. So.
Allegedly.
So it's
Allegedly.
confirmed.
Allegedly confirmed.
It's allegedly confirmed.
Allegedly. So I thought that was that whole.
That lasted 2 days. It was 2 days of, and I love how Philip gave him nothing.
No, it was like, I love Chloe and I want her to be with me. Embryo. What? And then just from that word, he figured it out.
Yeah, I know.
And then,
that was so ridiculous.
But then when he was
ridiculous.
talking to Philip, when Deimos was talking to Brady, rather,
Because
their discovery and then putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
Yeah.
Like, you're private investigators all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Girl,
Yeah.
everybody works for Patch Black.
So that was
Black
actually
Patch.
in the. This is the other thing that kind of threw me. That was actually they were actually in the Demera house or the Kiriakis house.
No, it was a Salem Inn.
Well, how did Brady know where they were and just walk in?
He got a phone call from pizza rolls. He got a phone call from someone, and he was like, "He did what? I'm on my way." And then he just
I do remember
through
that. I do remember
and
that.
was
Okay,
like,
okay,
"What
okay.
are you doing?"
Okay, because I was like, are they at the house? Okay. Well, I will say this. I did a poll this week
course
of
you did.
Tony.
who people would rather the father of Nicole's baby be. Obviously, the choices were Dr. Dan and
Who?
Eric.
You're
the
getting
first
more
choice?
comfortable saying his name. You know that, don't you?
I just kind of, it's like pulling off a Band-Aid. Just
I feel
get
like
through
when
it.
you say Dr. Dan, it's much better for you than saying Daniel Jonas.
Yes.
Can you say Daniel Jonas because I'm not sure who Dr.
DD.
Dan is.
DD.
Dishin Days?
DD.
Designated
So
driver?
whether they wanted it to be DD or Eric, and
DD?
87% want it to be Eric.
But how many people?
And it's
And
all
it was
people that follow.
239 votes.
It's all people that follow you.
That's
right?
true. That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
And just know.
I should have tagged the Sean Christian fan club in. That number probably would change drastically. Although I did tag him. I tagged the actors.
Did you tag Dishin Days?
I did. Dishin Days, NBC, AfterBuzz, Sean,
But when
Ari,
you but
and
when
Greg
you
Vaughn.
tag, does it actually go on there? No, it just
No,
goes-
they
it goes
see it,
in,
right?
and you can retweet it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sean Christian blocked you.
It's okay.
You know, I hope to one day, because we already did this. I got Molly Burnett in here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get Sean Christian in here
I think that would be fun.
and have him sit right next to you.
I think it'd be fun.
And
I bet you would both hit it off
I
fantastically.
think we would. I think we would. I think he understands my disdain.
Does he? Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay.
And then
Anywho,
and Nicole involved in that the storyline with Deimos. She always seems to make love with Deimos at the most inopportune times, and then she had the dream of her and Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
She takes off the
Can't.
ring. Was
rings.
that this week or last week?
That was this week.
That was this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was last week and this week.
Was it?
Yes.
Well,
She has the dream of Daniel and then takes off the
Yes.
ring.
That was this week. I will give Nicole this. I love when she went to take off the ring, and then she went like she needed a moment, like
yeah.
this is gonna happen. I can do this. I actually like that, so that it wasn't just like, oh, okay, I'm done. But
Yeah.
it's that moment of like, oh, do I really want to let go? And then she just sat there and was just like, it just reminded me of just like an old Southern lady that was just like, oh, bless my soul. Can I do this? Can I do this? I can do this.
I enjoy watching Ari every single time.
Anytime, yeah. Your fiance, Marlon, is asking me how it could be Eric's baby, and I do believe I went through this, that he could have
Can you be nice?
donated, that he
on a
could have
roll,
donated
buddy.
to the same
She's done
bank,
something.
and it got switched.
Will you say that again?
Because you can donate any time in your life, and it can
Right.
stay frozen. So it just happened that they grabbed Eric's instead of
How you know?
Dee Dee's.
You donated? Please, God, no. Just say no.
I think we'd know.
I think it's gonna end up being Eric's.
Really? Mm-hmm. And the plot twist.
And I think Jack's gonna come back.
That wouldn't surprise me. I think Jack could come back for
I think
sure.
I still think he could.
Abigail came back.
That's right.
Why not Jack?
Yeah.
What if it was a new Jack though?
No, there's not another Jack.
Speaking of Abigail, our third storyline is the Abigail Chad,
Demira.
played by whom?
Billy Flynn.
Did you not like that storyline?
No, I just, she mentioned.
For those of you who are listening, Tony just rested his face on his microphone.
And it was like instantly, like if someone hypnotized me and went,
Boom.
Billy Flynn.
I am loving Marcy Miller.
I really like her a lot.
Isn't it's so
I really
different
like
and
her.
it's
So
so
different.
good.
You know when I like her? When she's not in the ad.
You remember when she
When she's
grabbed
not
the
in the hat?
When she's
when
not in
she
the
grabbed
attic.
the hat?
Oh, when
she
she's
was
not
like,
in the
"I'll."
attic.
She
Yeah.
said, "I'll take care of this," and she ran out of the horse and let me and threw the hat
Like
on.
Carmen Sandiego?
I was dying.
I'm
the
just-
hat.
I'm so glad that she has just finally made the decision to reveal herself. I'm like, girl, you can only live up, rearrange, dig through those boxes in the attic for so long.
And I love that when she went to change, she went up into the attic to do it. I'm like, okay, girl, no one's home. You can change in the bathroom.
What
You can change in your room.
You can change in your room, right? Exactly.
was that last week?
This
Forgive
week.
me for everyone who's
Oh, it's
listening.
fine. It's this week.
When she jumped out the window
Last week.
Last week.
And the
And the big thud,
Big
and
thud
they
from
thought it
the
was
stand,
the soft teddy bear.
Yeah.
I can't with the Williamses.
Oh, that's right, they are.
I really thought when he opened the door before they cut to commercial.
Now I
that she
know
was,
where Hope gets it from. It's in the DNA.
So
Sorry to all the Hope fans out there.
The cliffhanger for Friday. I don't know if there's much more to this storyline other than, well, Abigail bumped into Rafe on the dock, because that's where I run.
No, there's something. Dario.
What'd I say?
Yeah,
Oh, Rafe,
said-
Dario.
Dario.
I think they're gonna go there.
Okay.
And I actually am not that bothered by it.
Really?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So I haven't made my decision yet, if I would be into it or not. But when Dario ran into Abigail on the dock again, I was like,
That's where we're going.
"Oh, it's gonna be a foursome." But if they do that, then for some reason, I would be down for Gabby and Chad, and Dario and Abigail.
For a while.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can live with that.
Yeah, I can live with it
that.
too. Sorry, I just switched out of I want to see what they're saying in the chat room about this because I'm sure they have Abby and Dario. He just annoys me now.
Which is so weird that you say that because I'm actually enjoying Dario so much more since Jordy came to visit us.
I do,
Yeah.
and I also love that he's clean shaven. I don't know. That's making a big difference to me.
His jawline is so chiseled.
Like I don't know. I just like it. I don't know. I don't know.
And oh my gosh, can he please find that microchip out of Gabby's purse?
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you.
Yeah.
How did he not find it when he was going through her, rummaging through her purse?
Right.
Because the hint and clue was they put it near zippers. There's not that many zippers.
Did you see the zipper around the bag though? Find it.
That one first, not there.
Find it.
This one. No, like, I feel like there's only 2 zippers. Like, that's it.
The one around the bag and then the
And
little
then
one
in
the compartment.
thing.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. Like, you should have been able to find it.
The
But now
purse
this-
was
this-
essentially made of all zipper. He was like feeling for it.
Oh my God. And now this storyline is just going to keep going. And I'm like, oh my God, find the microchip and let us know what you're building.
If I were Dario, I would have demanded to take the purse back from Gabby and been like, I want my money back because I spent as much as the real bag would cost.
Right.
That's what I
And I'm
spent,
gonna take
and
it
I
back
got
in.
screwed out of the real bag.
Right.
And
That's
she's
way-
like
that
playing
makes
tug
way
of
too much
war.
sense.
It's sentimental because you thought of me. Yeah, but I got ripped off. Like lie. That's what you do. Lie.
Or do this. Take the purse, go into the bathroom, and then when she comes back, like, what are you doing with my purse? Oh, well, I was getting up. I didn't want to leave your purse here, so I took it with me to the bathroom. Then you have ample amount of time.
You feel like
You
you've
know,
done this before.
you know she's going to catch on and be
I'm
like,
never
you
leaving
were
my
acting
purse
so
alone."
strange about my bag.
She's acting strange about that bag. Girl, it's a purse.
It's a
And it's not that
purse.
cute.
It's the one she's always wanted, though. Coincidentally.
She was like, I could tell from the lining.
Yeah.
No, girl, you couldn't.
Go by.
Okay, so I just said about not liking the Williams, and I'm like, now I know where Hope gets it from. And I said, sorry to all the Hope fans. And your other fiance, Aaron, just said, Hope doesn't have any fans.
So awful.
Sorry, that was funny. I had to share. And your other fiance, Marlon, thinks that Dario is a sex machine.
I love that you've labeled them.
I
my
love that you're
fiancés.
juggling fiancés all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He was-
I
he-
think
he-
in 2017 is looking very optimistic for you.
35 minutes ago when the show started,
I
you
had
were
no
single.
one.
Yeah.
And now I have two fiancés whom I've never met.
I think you should
and
start.
have no idea where they live.
I think you need to help Alexis plan her wedding so that you're ready for yours in
Yes.
2017.
It's like a blind date, kind of.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh God no. Oh God no.
So excited.
Anywho.
So we kind
how-
of already dug into tidbits.
a little bit, but going back really quick to Abigail and Chad, how about that ending
I loved it.
when Abigail and first of all Andre is when Abigail called Andre and was like, "I'm going to reveal myself," and Andre was very happy about it. Even before they walked in, he had this look of like, "Look what I did," you know, like this like ho 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 ho. And then I love that brief moment of like, "But I need my credit." Like, I've been working with you and your grandmother for
4 months, right.
I spent 4 months of my life. I want my credit. I'm like, okay, girl.
And she looked so pretty.
She did. But when she walked in.
Who?
Oh, yes.
Wait, who looked pretty?
Abigail.
Abigail.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
But when
yeah,
she
yeah.
walked in and saw Gabby and
Chad.
Chad kissing, my first thought was, do y'all not realize somebody walked in and hello, it's Abigail? Like, there was a moment where they stopped kissing and I thought Gabby was
going to open her eyes.
Yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
And realized
Uh-huh.
that
I
it
thought that
was.
too. And the thing is like, I'm sure she's wearing perfume. You can smell
Right.
her coming
Because
in the room.
Gabby could smell her shampoo last time. Oh, I wonder if
Yes.
we're going to see that on Monday. I wonder if she's going to creep out before they're done kissing.
Maybe that's what it is. Because, Friday is like a, what happened? And then
They redo it.
they redo it. And
Yeah.
then it's like the reveal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron, for letting me know you live in Maryland.
Ray C says he'd marry Matthew, but you have to at least buy him dinner first. So now they're setting stipulations.
Define dinner.
Fair. Wait,
Define
dinner.
dinner.
Oh, okay. Like
Jack
what
in the
kind of
Box,
dinner?
girl.
Like, girl, that was my first thought. Little quick
Jack in
drive
the
through
Box,
to a
girl.
Chick-fil-A or something like
Girl,
that.
do they still have mozzarella sticks? Because they should. They used to.
Oh, I think
They used
they
to.
Oh, Jack in the
do.
Box? No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Oh,
Okay.
no, they don't.
I have to say this too. This was really funny. Jill Irvin in the chat room just now said we need to get a purse now to put on the table next to the elephant.
The zippered purse.
We're gonna have
We should call Camila.
this is gonna be like a prop room when we're done.
This is true. You know what? Okay, so that's actually a great idea because it should be like,
I have a little black purse I could bring in.
of course you do, darling. It should be like things that represent like storylines that are part of the storyline that are just like, ugh, because it's elephant, girl,
Girl.
the elephant storyline.
So we need to have Dee Dee's tombstone then.
who?
Dr. Dan.
Dee Dee's tombstone.
Or just a tombstone because Abigail's made, made her
or a
debut today,
tombstone
too.
pizza would
Yeah,
be
we
perfect.
didn't actually really talk
That's
about
true.
that either. Like when she does come back, like what are they gonna do with that angel?
Save it.
I'm just gonna like pry the little plaque off. I'm sorry, that was funny. All right, that's
okay.
all. That's all I got.
It. And now in the tidbits.
Where are the pizza rolls? I know I didn't make pizza rolls today. Sorry, guys.
Shame on you.
I could totally go for some pizza rolls right now.
Thank you, Lisa, for liking my hat.
Yeah, I like it too.
Well, that's
Thanks.
two people.
Easy peasy, simple.
What was the first thing I said to you when I walked into the studio, Mark?
Oh, Mark, I didn't recognize you.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what everybody said.
I've never seen you without a hat or with the hat on before.
Marissa, she was always sitting at the last table when you come in. And so she buzzed me in, and when I was walking in, she said, yeah, when you're, because it's bright, so you sometimes can't tell who it is. And she was like, because I just kept watching you walk toward me, I couldn't figure out who it was. I was like, I know. Alrighty, so moving
I feel
right
like
along.
the hair, not real.
I know, right?
It's not.
I took
yeah.
my hair off.
He took
today.
his hair off. Underneath that hat,
I left the
nothing.
sideburns on,
Yeah.
and I put the hat on.
Oh, Marianne Carter brought up Baby Thomas's reaction was priceless.
Okay, I was actually going to tweet Billy because I was like, what a little scene stealer he was on Friday.
Yes,
Baby Thomas.
when he was
Oh my
down there.
God, he's
He was. Oh my God, he was the faces he was making, and I looked like he was looking right at Abigail.
Yeah.
At one point.
Like before the whole Gabby thing, I thought Thomas was going to be the squealer, like, Mama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, he was. I have to go back and watch that again because he was just a little hoot. I mean,
was.
what a character! You can tell it's Chad's baby.
Yes. Oh, there's 3 people that like your hat now.
Thomas
Chill.
and Thomas and Tate are beautiful babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them some big babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They grow up so fast. Okay. Where else we going now?
All right. What's
See.
next?
Jade and Joey.
Well, we know that she's actually pregnant.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they did
she has turned into such a little brat.
But
with
I
this
like
whole pregnancy.
it.
I don't.
I like
I don't
it.
know. I don't know. It reminds me of, like, you know, a girl who trapped a basketball player into and got
right.
pregnant.
Yep.
Like it has that feel to it.
There's something shady going on. There's something
real
dirty about
shady.
it.
Yeah, because she's just mad all the time.
There's going to be prediction a little bit early. There's going to be something that happens, I'm sure, that we either find out that Joey is not the father, or she miscarries, or she's having twins. Something crazy is going to happen with
she
this
has-
storyline. Like, I don't think that it's just going to be she gives birth and everything's going to be peachy.
Yeah.
She has twins. Oh my God, what are we doing? Rex and Cassie again?
Rex and Cassie. Sammy and Eric. Lots of twins.
But this week Jade.
Marlene is a twin.
She is. This week Jade had some stomach issues, and I actually thought that they were going to have her miscarry.
Me too.
Until, like, she went to the hospital. She was still a brat. And they did the ultrasound. And I think that kind of brought everyone together
And
a
it
little bit.
warmed it up a little bit.
A little bit.
I was gonna say, one of your fiancés just said, so Jade is really pregnant, OMG, which made me remember also something that I've been reading on some of our Twitter and comment sections, is that a lot of people now are not even really watching Days. They're kind of watching us just to. And, instead of watching Days, they just watch us to kind of find out what's going on.
Y'all still
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
Days?
still watch Days. We don't want Days going anywhere.
Yeah, so, but I just thought that was funny because I was like, oh, why would he not know that if he's watching? But he may not be watching. So some of our fans just are fans of us.
She is really pregnant. I'm glad that Kayla was the one that gave the ultrasound, so we know that it's true, that we know that they know that it's true.
Yeah.
Something's up, though. I feel it. Is dirty.
Yeah.
It's real dirty.
Mark, why don't you go ahead with this one?
Next is
Such a setup.
let's talk about Roman and Hattie.
He skipped
As I like to call them, Ratty. Okay, I never in a million years thought I was gonna say
Ratty.
this, but I am loving Hattie and Roman.
I love Hattie. Hattie, let me tell you, Miss Hattie thought she was styling with that
the
red
red-
bow up in
Yup.
her hair, and she was all like, "Oh, Mr. Roman Brady."
I can't stop. It reminds me of Susan.
Yes.
Of Susan Banks. I smile.
Oh, Mr. John.
Roman actually smiled in the
Yes.
scene, like he wasn't angry the whole time.
And it's nice seeing Deidre having fun.
It totally is.
Yeah.
I mean, like if Hattie can make me like Roman, sweet baby Jesus, she's done her job.
But I also have to I have to give it to Christian Alfonso too, because her reactions to Hattie are just as funny.
Yeah.
Like, she's just kind of like,
There's a lot of girls now in that holding room.
yeah.
You
But
notice
that's
that?
I consider that like the living room.
I guess.
Was
But
it-
is it maximum security prison? Is that the case?
I don't know.
And one of the inmates' name was Chili.
T-Box?
Chili.
No,
Chili
one of the
is-
inmates'
is
names was
Dot-
Chili.
Dot Marie Jones.
Dot Marie
Her
Jones.
character name is
Dot Marie Jones. Yeah. Chili.
And then
'cause
there's a
she's-
Coco. Wait, Coco? Is that what they said today?
I don't know.
I just wondered if Chili was like a little wink to T-Boz.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wonder.
T-Boz was like, listen, if you're gonna have me, gotta give a little
Chili.
nod to TLC.
Yeah.
Call it
Yeah.
Chili. If Left Eye comes in, I'm gonna be like, girl,
Ah!
you are branding.
I'm wondering if they're
Now that's
going
real bringing
to.
people
You are
back from the
branding
dead.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that little scene with. I just love Hattie. I
Yeah.
love her. I love
really
the way
do too.
I love the way Deidre Hall is playing her.
Me too.
Uh-huh.
Like this, just It's almost like if they really were twins, Marlena would be like that bougie, uppity, like the one who, like, she was homecoming queen and everything like that. And Hattie would be like the girl who skipped school, who
And smoked cigarettes
and smoked cigarettes
behind the school,
was
right?
probably doing some things under the bleachers.
With Mr. Roman.
Yeah, Mr. Roman
Mr.
Brady.
Roman.
Yeah, so I like it. It's
Yeah.
great. Mark, why don't you go back to 3 and 4?
Okay. Yes, and I really love Valerie. I like Valerie a lot.
I do too.
And I think we're going to see her son soon.
Yes, actually,
Sorry, I was away from my mic when I said that. I think we'll see her son soon.
I think so too.
And we already know that the son is coming because we found this Venmo like account. It's very random, and Susan Seaforth Hayes actually does an interview with the guy who's gonna play Valerie's son
And her potential grandson.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought too. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
And so, as I was watching the video, I was just kind of like, are we supposed to know this? But like, they're the ones who it's not like Jason 47 or Michael Goldberg.
No, it was, it was on the days, like it was in the makeup room.
It was in the makeup room.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
I wonder if it was an accidental leak or.
It can't be accidental when you upload it and film it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like a private conversation. It was really like a, hi, I'm Susan Seaforth Hayes.
Yeah.
And this is, and he's going to be playing Eli.
Yeah.
And I was just like.
I love that Valerie doesn't like Julie. That she's just so standoffish.
I love the connection and chemistry that Abe and Valerie have.
I do too.
Like,
I was happy to see him have a kiss, Abe.
Yes. You know who didn't like that kiss? Theo. And
he's like, I don't like her.
Theo is so blunt. Like, it cracks me up. I hope and pray one day we can have Kyler Pettis in here because, like,
is he on Twitter?
He is.
We need to start tweeting him.
Even on
annoying him till he comes in.
Even on even with Claire, who's supposed to be his girlfriend, he was just straight up like, yeah, Sierra made me some cookies, but I don't know because she don't like making cookies. And I'm sitting here like, I don't think you're supposed to tell your girlfriend that. You're supposed to keep some things to yourself.
Yeah.
Claire was like, "Can it wait?" And he just kept walking out the door.
Going. And I also love how
I loved Claire looked beautiful, by the way.
Yes, she did.
I loved her look. Sorry, go ahead.
I also like when Theo was like, when's she gonna stop lying? I can't stand that liar. And I was like, girl, I need to hang out with you in Salem.
Yeah.
It was like, he's just so blunt. I love it.
I'm surprised though that he's not calling Claire out for being rude. She's just so misbehaved. She's spoiled.
Claire's thirsty. That's the only way that I can put it.
You've said that since I started on DISHIN Days that she's thirsty.
Claire's thirsty. Claire is like...
Who else could she be with, though? Like, there's not another person in her age that she can... Like, she can't date Joey.
Well, had they not...
I mean, they could.
Had they not did away with the whole Chase thing, that whole clan could have been so much better.
Yeah.
But I just love how, first of all, the aunt and the niece are kind of after the same guy. And then also the fact...
aunt and the niece? Oh, yeah.
Because isn't it Sierra's...
Sierra's the AC.
Aunt. Yeah, yes, Aunt Sierra. You tried to make that happen. But I also
Still gonna make it happen. AC.
I like that Claire was like, I know that you treat Sierra basically like your sister, but your sister can't do this.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
well, actually, she could.
It's like, well, listen, state your claim, honey.
And she just ate all the cookies.
Oh, and gave zero
anything
stuff about it.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, oh, girl.
And
how was it?
Sierra was like, I think we should leave some for Theo. And she was like, I don't think so. He's not like that. As she continues to chow down.
And there was one in that bag. One.
And when it started, there were a dozen.
Oh, someone said those interviews are deleted now.
Oh.
So it was.
Oh,
somebody got in trouble.
Maybe you shouldn't have said anything.
Well, it was out there.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
how was I supposed to know?
Yeah. Your friend Brian Dunn is loving Marlon, your fiance, tonight.
Brian Dunn's Loving Marlon. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Thank you, Brian.
because Marlon's been writing some funny stuff.
Is Jen Lilly in the chat?
No, I know that's actress. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, is it her?
No, because that says Jan Lilly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not her.
Someone said, it's Jen! Okay.
All
moving
right,
on.
moving right along.
Okay, so
that was it.
Well,
pretty
no,
much.
well, since...
No,
since,
I think there are a couple more to
No.
cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gabby and JJ. Yeah, we miss Gabby and JJ.
Before we go to Gabby and
Tony and I
JJ,
aren't going to say it.
I will go ahead and say it just so we can say it. Hope.
Thank you for tuning in to DISHIN Days.
Oh.
But
Are you getting a call?
Yeah, and...
From
Marlon?
producers,
Thank you, Alexis. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Hope... Hope
Hope had a busy week.
Hope had a busy week. She got in a fight trying to protect little Cha-Cha that came in.
I like her too.
She was very sweet.
She was great.
Yeah. Billy Flynn. So, that whole fight happened, and okay, so when she was able to FaceTime with Rafe.
Okay, can we talk about this ridiculousness?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, first of all, you're using someone else's phone.
The
and
guards, the prison guard's
but
phone.
she's got Rafe's number in there, and Rafe has it in there as Hope Brady. When you,
Oh.
she was using someone else's phone. So
You know what that is?
It's not going to say Hope Brady.
That's a disaster right there. That was something they didn't catch.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. My husband actually even noticed
Said
that.
that?
Wow.
You know what I love though was Hope getting ready for the video chat and being like,
It's so
Yeah, she was like,
ridiculous.
"Do you have lipstick too?"
It's so ridiculous. Oh my God, I can't.
oh boy,
I can't with it.
But let me tell you something. That prison has some good connection. You see how clear and fluid that video
I
was?
I don't have that good a service.
Philip, my husband, was watching.
Wait. I don't mean to interrupt. So, are you saying that Hope used a guard's phone?
Yeah.
And then the person that she was calling, it came
Up.
up.
As Hope Brady. It was just a mistake on the.
On the writer's part.
Yeah.
They've
That's terrible.
That
I was
is-
really confused.
I
was
love
It
that you
was
just
bad.
chimed in with that. That's
It
so
was
funny.
bad.
confused because I was like, wait, what?
she's
Yeah.
like,
Did I
wait a
hear that
minute.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Philip even said, because he saw her, he kind of looked away for a minute, and then he saw her with the phone and was like setting it up in the books. And he's like, "Where did she get that phone?" I was like, "Oh, you missed. The guard gave it to her." And he was like, "Really?"
Because cops stick together.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. Just,
Girl.
I can't. I can't.
It's
I can't. And just like, I'm sorry, there's nothing about Hope to me that comes off as tough. Like she's, just, you know what I mean? Like this whole thing that they
Yeah.
should be scared of her and her little, her little attitude look. I'm like, girl, she will
wait,
snap you in
the raised eyebrow?
That
Snap
raised
you in two.
that raised eyebrow means
I don't know. It is what it is.
Business.
It is what it is. They're not going to change it, whether I like it or
Business.
not.
business.
Let's talk to the elephant.
And then the big revelation that with the gun and the fact that it was Stefano was setting up Hope
Yes.
for the shooting, or that he was going to set someone up, and Hope happened to be
Yep.
the one. Hope and Chad had a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked over. I heard. And I
You
looked
thought it was
over here.
Mark, yeah.
All right, well, let's move along.
Yay!
even Betty Jean was like, move on.
Yeah.
Told
All right,
you.
I think we
move on.
covered
I said
it.
the only time I enjoy it is when Hattie comes in. Hattie and Dot Marie Jones.
In just a
Yes.
moment, Alexis, I think we can start opening up the lines now.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Oh, and just real quick, Gabby and JJ, they're all being weird. Gabby walked over her. JJ say that
They can't tell her.
can't tell her, and now
Abby, but she thinks it's about another
Cheating.
person.
Right.
another cheating.
But
thing.
I don't get why
So then she ran into
why
Chad's
she would be
arms.
telling her mother about, or why he would be telling his mother about an affair anyway. Like,
But they
that's
tried to
'Cause they're
lace
so
that
close.
into that and he tells her everything.
But I still think there's a reason why it keeps being brought up, and that is actually part of my prediction that I did last week.
what?
Remember the prediction that I did last week? But I said I
I'm
didn't
sure
want
I
to.
wasn't listening.
You put it in the envelope.
Oh, that prediction. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. And I want to read here. Diane Lee wrote in here too. It's still murder. Ugh, hate the story. She went to him with a gun and shot him. It's true.
I just think it's their way of getting out of the storyline.
I know, but it's like you created it. I don't feel bad for you. You're the ones who wrote it.
Wait, was this a Dina storyline, or is Dina
was
just?
that
I think that
Josh?
was before.
Yeah, I think it was Josh too. I think Dina's
Yeah.
trying to get out of it as best she can.
Okay. Okay, I'll let that go then.
Yeah. All right.
I'll let
Oh,
that go.
good.
I'm gonna take that back.
Good.
Ooh.
I don't take much back, but I'll
No.
take that back.
sure
Yeah,
don't.
I feel like I'm having a dream.
I know.
Wow.
See, hats change me.
Yeah.
Is it the hat, girl?
Wait till you see the hat I wear next. That's gonna be my thing for 2017.
Are you gonna do hats?
I'll do hats.
Oh God.
Oh, girl.
Oh, you can borrow Abigail's
Oh yeah. Wonder if she'd bring it.
when you spy on Chad in the
Bring it.
town square.
Isn't the
the
wardrobe
park.
girl on Twitter?
You what?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it like Closet Girl or something?
Yeah, Kristen.
I'm gonna tag her and see. Can I borrow that hat? Can I borrow that hat?
Yes,
How
and
about that?
Marie Ann Carter said, "Can we point out that Gabby is cheating because
Yes,
she ran
she went
into Chad's arms
and kissed him.
Right.
Well, twice now.
Yeah. Well, two wrongs don't make a right.
No. Oh, and so I'm sure at some point Abigail is going to tell JJ.
Right.
Yeah. And
Right.
then he's going to be able to not look like the 100% bad guy.
Right.
So,
Alrighty.
all right. Do we have any calls, Alexis?
Oh, our monitor, by the way, is
off?
blue.
Oh, it's blue.
I think it's
Well,
just a screensaver or something.
If you need to, I mean, everybody should know the number. If you don't know the number, it's on your screen, and it's also 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749, and we have one caller right now on the line.
Hello, caller. Welcome to DISHIN Days. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Lisa, and I'm calling from Loganville, Georgia.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi,
Oh, we
guys.
did that
How
in
are you?
unison.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. What can be better than a Sunday night than watching Jen Lilly, The Spirit of Christmas on Lifetime?
Oh, yes, that
Great
is
guys,
on.
And now talking to you on the phone.
Good. We're so glad you
sweet.
joined us.
Look at that, night complete.
What did you think
That's
about this
right.
week's episodes?
I liked it, but I didn't like the part they were trying to tease us, and we thought we were going to get Chad to see his Abigail.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Lisa.
Dragging that out.
Oh,
Yeah, they are.
They will.
Yeah, they are. They just gonna keep and it's like, look up. That's how I feel. It's like look up and see her. She's standing right
like
there.
When Baby Thomas was saying Dada when they, when he was doing the angel thing, when I kept waiting on him to say Mama.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So do you think we're going to get to see them together, or do you think they're going to make us wait again?
I feel
Or
like
after Christmas?
I think Christmas.
well, I feel like Christmas is next week, so I feel like next week is. Gonna
Yeah,
be-
I think Friday will probably end with.
I'm hoping Monday we get a. I need that on Monday.
Oh, this Monday.
She better not run out of that.
She's gonna run out of
If we
room.
have to
better
wait
not.
until next Friday,
She better not.
Oh, we're totally waiting till next
She
you
Friday.
know what I
not.
love though? Sometimes when they do it Wednesday, like I don't mind a good midweek shakeup
Yeah.
to get me hooked for the rest of the week.
I need this shakeup to happen on Monday.
Lisa, how long have you been watching Days?
How long have I've been watching since 1983?
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That's probably about when I started watching too, I think.
I was born in 1983.
73.
Wow, that's a good year then.
It is a good year. It's a great year, Lisa.
That's right. And what do you think how Chad's going to feel?
About Abigail?
Once he finds out that his brother helped.
Oh,
I'm good.
I'm
scared of him.
I think it's about to hit the fan.
Here's what I want to happen. I want him to see her, and I want him to go, do you know how much money I spent on that plaque?
That's a good point, too.
Wouldn't that be just amazing, though, if that's what they did?
Do you
Girl, do you know how much I spent
Yeah.
on that angel?
how dare
You
you?
can't be dead.
Oh my God.
They said I gave all my Christmas money away and spent it on that.
Oh, love
So
it.
speaking of which, I know you want to take other phone calls, but y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy.
You too,
Thank
Lisa.
you,
Thank you for
too.
calling.
You're sweet.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Alexis, someone in the chat room says, could you please turn up the volume? Very low reception. I don't know if that's something that we can do. I don't know if that's their computer or
No,
us.
it's
but-
turned up all the way.
Okay, all right.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other callers?
We have another caller.
Go ahead.
Possibly.
Hey, Alexis.
Hi there.
Go ahead. You're live on the air, girl.
Hey. It's Betty Jean.
Hey, Betty Jean.
Oh, Betty Jean.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I recognized your voice. So I was like, yeah,
Yes.
go ahead, just talk.
Can I say I will forever remember Betty Jean because she was the first person to get her ticket for the Dishin Days meet and greet.
Ah.
And
Thank you, Mark.
Oh.
I love you guys. You guys are absolutely great. That
Yeah.
party was off the wall.
yeah, and she will be going to the Charlotte event because she tweeted
yes,
that
I will. I'm
as well.
getting to go to that. It's my grandson's birthday that weekend, so I'm excited to be able to go see him and get to see Tony and the cast of Days again.
Yay.
Okay.
So
I just want to wish you guys happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that.
thank
Hope
you.
Thank
guys
you.
have a great New Year.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you guys for giving me all the shout outs. I love you guys.
We love you too.
Of course.
Thank you for calling.
And Mark, get a hold of Abby's hat. I would love to see that on
I'll
your
do my
head.
best.
Not
I'll
a
do
bad
my
idea,
best.
right?
I'll do my best. You got to retweet it if I tweet it.
You mean to tell me you don't have a
I
hat
will.
like that
I
already?
definitely will.
Okay. I have
All
to
right,
go
guys,
through my
you
hat
have
collection.
a great night.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you too. Happy holidays to you.
Love you. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye, Betty Jean.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Oh, I love her so much.
Sweet. That was
She's
very
super sweet.
Do we have another caller?
Yeah, right or left. Oh, no, you guys
Right.
can't see.
Yeah, we
Huh.
can see. We'll say right.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Dishin Days. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, it's Jillian.
Jillian.
Hi, I'm calling from Dallas.
Yay.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Hi.
How are
See,
you?
I remembered.
Yes. Oh, now I know who it is. Hello. Hello.
I will never forgive myself for that. I'm so ashamed.
That's
You are
okay.
forgiven.
I'm like, that's okay.
Okay.
Like, it has anything to do with me.
What did you
Okay.
think of this week's
Listen,
episodes?
I just wanted to say to Alexis that
Yes.
I think that she and her fiance look like beautiful, lovely people. And I'm sorry that they got to see the ugliness
Yeah.
of supposedly human beings.
Mm-hmm.
But I donated today for her
Oh.
because happy should be happy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
there's enough bad things in the world,
Yeah.
and people don't need to go and invent more.
Yeah.
And she's a very lovely person, and she's, you know, I can't. I want to say something really ugly, but I'm not going to because,
We'll take the high road.
yeah, you might hang up on me.
No, I wouldn't hang up on you, girl.
Well, you know, certain bad words are running through my mind.
Yes. We
There's
won't.
enough bad stuff in the world,
Yeah.
Alexis,
Yeah.
and you don't deserve that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to know that there are people out there that try to find good stuff, and it's really great when you come across people, a group of people like you guys, where it actually is good stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Girl,
And,
you were getting at my heart.
And now I'm babbling, and I'm so sorry that you had to experience that.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
And I wish nothing but good things for you.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jillian.
I'm like a hot
And I
mess.
didn't call in to cry. I'm so
That's
sorry.
Oh,
okay.
It's totally fine.
I am also crying because that made me super happy.
Yes.
That's sweet.
Fantastic.
Well, good. I want you to be happy because you deserve it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Love
Thank you
always
so much
beats
for
out
doing
hate.
that.
Hell
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Love is always.
And
is
if
more
love doesn't,
important
Lorraine Love
than,
will.
than
Mark.
judging and all this other stupid stuff. And
Yeah.
Right.
Mark, I really loved your hat.
Thank you, Jillian.
I am like super old, and I remember having those hats in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
So
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is Mark's
yeah.
hat from the 70s. This hat came from the 70s.
Because they don't make them anymore.
I got it at a
That's the only
surplus store.
place that you can get them.
From the 70s.
Surplus store. No, here in LA. Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jillian.
That was so
You're so
sweet
sweet.
of you, Jillian.
Thank
That
you
was
for
super
calling.
Well,
I'm a hot mess.
yeah. Well, you guys didn't get to see any of my comments because Tony, I said I'd marry you, but then I've said that before.
Oh my God, that's 3
So
now.
they got 3 fiancés now.
Oh,
See, I'm
thank
saying
you, Jillian.
I
2017.
should actually be the first because I said I
She
would marry
did
you
say
like
She did.
last year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're
you
1.
You are the
You're
first.
Marlon's 2, and
I mean,
Aaron.
Aaron's 3.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you. That
I
tugs
mean,
at
it
my
probably
heartstrings.
wouldn't work out because we both are interested in men.
This is but girl,
guys can admire from afar.
we can go shoe shopping together.
Exactly. There's other things that we can do. So it doesn't have to be, a bad marriage. It can be
Right,
a really great marriage.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jillian.
Thank you, Jillian.
Thank you, Jillian.
Well,
You're
I'm
super
gonna let
sweet.
you guys go so you can actually talk to people who want to talk about the show instead of talking about 70s hats.
No, we love it.
Anyway,
We love it. Thank you,
Merry
Jillian.
Christmas.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
You too.
Happy holidays. Happy New
I love
Year.
all of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I
Bye.
think.
Okay,
Bye
bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Let's take one more
That's
call
so
and then we can
sweet.
hop into segments.
Oh my god. There's no more calls
That's it.
anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, then let's
You
do
all right back
segments.
there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's just
Oh wait, we got one coming in.
All right.
Hold on 1 second.
okay.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you for calling Dishin Days. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Finally, it's Mike Riley.
No, you didn't say finally, Mike Riley.
Is this the one I
It's
like
so
or
hard
no?
to get through to you guys.
I know. Hi, Mike.
I want my own
It's my
number. I
nemesis.
want my own line.
We'll see what we
Mike,
can do.
This is your favorite person in the world, Mark J. Freeman. Mike Riley.
He's
This
the-
is Chad's
Flynn.
mistress.
Mike Riley Flynn.
No. Hang up on him.
Be nice,
So
Mike.
mean.
You know, you are, Mark, you are not a nice person. You are so lovely. But you're being very mean to Tony.
Right? Someone has to take it.
Thank you, Mike Riley. I appreciate you.
Mike
so
Riley,
much.
what do you want? Hurry up. We got a show
Watch
to
this.
do.
Watch this. Thank you, Mark, for dedicating this episode to me so early in the evening by talking about your burial. I'm just joking. I want to say, can I say just something? I have my own disaster of
Sure.
the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
And it's the days of our lives span for giving Marcy Miller such a hard time because with all the cast additions that have come on throughout the last 2 years, people have complained that, some of the talent has been subpar.
Yes.
And people have been very vocal about it.
Yes.
But here we have Marcy Miller, who day one demonstrated that she can act her ass off.
Yep.
Day one. And people are still complaining.
Oh.
She's too blonde. Her eyes are too blue. Why is she not wearing makeup? I mean, well, first of all, she's like just done being crazy, and she's on her way home. She's not,
Yeah.
Right.
she didn't stop off at Sephora on the way. Sorry.
And Lord knows
it's
she
part
didn't
of
find a
the
box with makeup in the
storyline.
attic.
No. No makeup in the attic.
Yeah, I mean, she's having a VC Andrews moment.
Yeah.
She's hanging out in the attic. just give her a break. So I just feel like sometimes there's no pleasing Days fans. And people complain just because, I don't know, when Days isn't on, it's the only thing they can do to fill up their time.
Right.
I say give Marcy a chance. She's demonstrated she can act. And for those fans that are saying she's not attractive, she's stunning.
She's stunning.
Beautiful.
She is stunning.
When she came down those stairs this
Oh,
week, I was like,
yeah.
oh, gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
The close-up shot. She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's beautiful. So I just wanted to, at least on air, have one advocate for Marcy Miller.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
She do a bang-up job.
Absolutely.
And I love Kate Mansi, so this is...
And that's
you know.
exactly how I feel too. I loved Kate, but I'm loving Marcy.
But you know what it is people get very familiar and connected with a certain actress or actor who's playing a character, and sometimes it's hard for people to transition into that.
Right.
But if you remain that fan with open arms and you just you know
I don't even
greet
really
them,
believe
then it's
that because some of the comments are like, how can they pick Marcy, she's blonde-ish, and
Well,
Kate was
Abigail is
brunette.
actually
Well,
supposed
she
to be
started
blonde.
blonde.
Yeah.
She started
Yeah.
blonde.
Kate was a blonde when
Yeah.
she first came on.
Yeah.
Became a brunette like the last couple of months, and all people did was complain that she was a brunette.
I complained. I know I complained that she was a brunette.
Kate was asked to go blonde for her audition,
Of
for her
course.
like callback or whatever, and she colored her
Right,
hair
right.
the day before and went in, and then she booked
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah,
I think
and
the
she
same
stayed
people that are
blonde and then started
criticizing
doing
Marcy
like the
for
gradual
being
turn to
blonde,
brunette.
Yeah. Which actually,
criticize Kate for being a brunette. So there's just no pleasing certain people.
Oh
And,
no,
Right.
they're all. That's why I always say, don't read the comments because they just.
I am the comment.
Yeah.
oh my God, Mike Riley would fit so well in with us. You get
One day-
it.
you know
You
what?
get
One
it,
day I
girl.
will come to LA, and if I could sit in your audience, I would happily do so.
Yeah, there are some seats open.
There are some seats available. They're currently stuffed with bags and
Microphones, right.
But you know, you'd be more than welcome to come and sit in.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
bring Sean Christensen with me.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Oh, the day just keeps getting
I might have to spend that day
That's
with
all I
Billy
have to say,
Flynn
guys.
while you
Let other
guys
people
tape.
call in.
Ooh.
Listen, the best thing I ever did was marry Gina and Billy. We are a happy throuple, and we are a throuple threat.
Alexis, just hang up. Just hang up, Alexis.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Mike. Thank you for calling.
you.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Oh my God, so funny.
We got some terrific phone calls
Write down
today.
that.
It is.
Hey, Alexis, will you write down his number? And when you see it coming in next time, do not answer it.
Oh my God, you're terrible.
He
so
is a
mean.
horrible human
You're
being.
so mean. I will just want to say, I know I started with a rant about the page, but it warms my heart to know that people are Team Alexis. So thank you so much. And it totally has turned my feelings around. So thank you for those fans who have done
my
that.
God.
I truly appreciate
Every
that.
single person right now. I'm so glad I wasn't wearing makeup this morning. 'Cause,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is terrible in here.
Yes.
Ugly cries
Oh.
for days.
And
Terrible.
it's just so hard to even start a page like that, because I remember when I had to start one for Lounging with Tony, it's very hard to like ask people for help. So like, you know, no matter the situation, everyone has a situation, and it's just your choice to donate. Okay, I'm done.
All right.
Let's hop into segments. We will start with
Tony's You Go
starting
Girl
with-
Award.
This is my official
You
Three
go,
Snaps-
girl.
This is Tony's official Three
You go,
Snaps
girl.
Award.
Stop it.
I'm trying to use this for my reel.
I don't see why you can't.
Here we go. Take 3.
This is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Okay, so I have to give my 3 Snaps Award to Lauren Koslow and Judy Evans for their scene on the park bench.
Yeah.
I felt I'm not a crier, but I literally had tears in my eyes because I felt like you got so much from that scene.
Yeah.
Like before, Adrian was just in just a chaotic state, and somehow Kate was able to come and just like calm her down. And just like understand and just have a girl moment, and it was so amazing. So for that, I have to give Lauren Koslow and Judy Evans Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Snap.
Thank you.
You go, girl. And now it's time for Matthew's Choice.
Okay, Matthew's Choice this week. Tony, we really need to talk about Matthew's Choice and 3 Snaps because they're very similar this week.
Okay.
Again, Matthew's Choice goes to 2 scenes, actually. It was Jennifer and Eve talking in Horton Town Square.
Yes.
And Adrian and Kate on the park bench.
Yeah.
They were 2 beautiful scenes, in my opinion, where you have 2 sets of ladies,
Nemesis.
yes, who simply hate each other, that are coming together on common ground, and I was moved by both scenes. I just thought that they were beautifully acted, and when you have years of feuding that finally comes together and you can have that human touch, I thought all 4 actresses really murdered the scenes, and it was wonderful.
He said murdered.
And also I forgot to mention this during the Kate and Adrian scene. When Kate said, basically was like, girl, you went up against Sammy Brady when you didn't like how Will was treating Sonny. you can beat stage 2 cancer.
Right,
I
yeah.
was like,
Right.
oh my God, did she just compare going against Sammy to stage 2 cancer?
Oh, yes, she did.
She's like, girl, if you survive that, you can survive
By
this.
anything.
I love that Jennifer wished Eve all the best, and then Eve
Yes.
wished it back to Jennifer. And what I loved about the Kate and Adrian scene was that Kate dialed the doctor's office and made Adrian make that appointment.
Yeah.
And I just
It was
beautiful.
just like, girl, you just need a little bit of help.
Yep.
I
And-
think the only thing that would have made the Jennifer Eve better
Yep.
You say
is
Billy
if
Flynn.
Jack comes back.
Oh. I thought you
And
were gonna
Alexis,
say-
I can't see just because the monitor's blue if that photo happened to go up.
It did. If
Thank
you're watching,
you.
if you have the video up on any
Oh,
of your
yeah.
laptops, you'll see it come
I'm
up.
frozen.
Yeah.
All
mine
right,
was
thank
too.
you so much. And that is Matthew's choice.
Oh, no, that has been Matthew's choice. Oh my God, these will never get old for me. Ever.
It reminds me of the Yahoo.
Oh yeah,
It does,
yeah,
every single
yeah.
time.
That was the inspiration for it.
All right, ready?
And now it's time for Mark's quote of the week.
Here we go.
Okay, so my quote of the week this week is not Kate or Adrian.
Okay.
I'll stay that. I have to pull it up here on my phone.
You had all this time. You knew we were doing segments. Like it's a surprise.
All right, so my quote of the week, actually this week, is going to this is her first time receiving it, and she's only been on the show a couple weeks.
Marcy Miller.
Marcy Miller is getting my
Okay.
quote of the week.
Very nice.
It was when she ran into Dario in the alley, and Dario said, "You had a panic attack. Have you ever had one of those before?" And she said, "Yeah, yeah, a lot. It's hard pretending that you're dead. It's actually a lot more stressful than you'd imagine."
Was that Friday's episode?
No, Thursday.
Thursday?
Thursday's episode. I'm sorry, that was funny.
That's hilarious. That's
so,
funny.
Marcy Miller, you're getting my quote of the week.
Love it. Love
And
it.
that has been Mark's quote of the week.
And we already gave Brian Dunn the fan of the week, so.
Yes.
And Brian Dunn, we hope that you are enjoying
and
the
we
show
hope-
live with us.
Exactly.
I think he is. I've seen a couple of the comments going on back and forth in the chat room. He seems to be
Yeah,
having.
I froze up
a
too,
good time.
so I'm going to read.
I'm still
Oh,
doing.
you got it?
I'm still
Okay.
going good.
And now it is time for news and gossip.
Oh. Did you see I added that from the chat room?
Oh look. Well, you can read that one.
No.
Yeah.
I'll read that one.
Okay, go ahead.
The top one. Jen Lilly stars in a Lifetime movie, Mommy, I Didn't Do It, along with Paige Searcy, Sunday, January 1st at 8 p.m., as well as Molly Burnett and Heather Tom, who is on The Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah, it's a star-studded cast.
It is. It's very star-studded.
Like DISHIN Days.
Can you tell us, Tony, about the Dual Coast fan
Sure.
Ah, we got time for that.
If you guys are struggling to find that wonderful Christmas gift for that Days of Our Lives fan, you can buy them tickets to the Dual Coast event happening in Charlotte, North Carolina, hosted by me. It will be on April 22nd, 2017. So make sure you get your tickets. If you'd like more information, visit dualcoastevents.com.
.com.
Mark?
And then Lisa Mims wrote something in the chat room if you guys wanted to scroll through and look at that.
Wow, that was the one that oh God.
No, today is Sean Christian's birthday.
Yay!
Happy
Sean
birthday.
Christian!
Sean, we
birthday,
miss you on
Dee Dee.
Days of Our Lives.
As I like to call him Dee Dee.
Who did he used to play?
Dee Dee. Dee Dee.
And guys, this is our last show for 2016. We will be off for the next. I know. We're gonna be off for the next 2 weeks because the holidays fall on the weekends.
They fall on every Sunday.
On every
Every
Sunday.
holiday.
Yeah, so we won't be back until January 8th, 2017. So make sure you guys follow us on all social medias, including our own individual social medias. And who knows, I'm sure we'll still be talking about the show via our own stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure we will.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we pick back up, we're just going to do the week of that week.
That week.
Yes.
So we may
Yes.
have some, obviously,
Touching,
some catching up to do and stuff that we'll have to talk about
Yeah.
to continue the story, but it will just be for that week
Yes.
we return.
Yep.
Yes, the week of the 2nd.
So take your own mental notes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which also that week is my birthday.
Yeah, I knew it was coming up.
January what?
3rd.
3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
52?
Girl. Savage. Bitch.
But black don't crack.
Okay.
There it is.
Well,
You cleaned that up
2016
good.
has been a fun year.
It has been a very
It's been
fun
a
year.
fun year.
It's been an interesting year.
Action-packed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And full of hopes and dreams and wishes and
Yeah.
wells.
Well, as we wrap things up, why don't we tell them where they can find all of us on social media, Ms. Lorraine Love?
You can find me on all social media at Lounger with Tony or Lounger.
Just gonna kill Tony by the end of the show. He's not returning next year because he's gonna be dead.
It's Lorraine Love. Just Google it.
Well, if they Google it, there's no telling what's going to pop up. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony or my website, loungerwithtony.com.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
And of course, you can find all of us.
At DISHIN Days.
At _ DISHIN Days.
And
On
Alexis,
Twitter,
where can
right.
they find you?
Oh, you can find me all over social media at atorres890.
Yeah.
Send Alexis some love, please.
Please.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
All
And
right.
thank you, everyone.
Yes, we will see you January
See you in the
8th.
new year.
Happy holidays,
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Happy
See you in
holidays.
2017.
Woo.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.